Hey guys, welcome back to my course. So in this course, I'm going to share to you how to actually get date using social medias like Tinder's, Talk, or any other social media you can find on your Android phone or iOS, and date the girls out and have a fun days, or even probably can become your girlfriend as well. So as you can see from here, I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm not tall, I'm not muscular, I'm not handsome, I'm just Asian, and literally I just very normal. I'm not educated as much as certain people. I'm not rich, I don't own a very expensive cars, and it's just same like you. So this course is actually specific for someone ordinary guy just like you who are having an issue to get dates. And what the most important thing is in this world at the current times, we have a lot of ways to actually get dates, and one of the way that you can easily get date is using your social media apps. And in fact, I actually get a lot of date using social media apps just like Tinder. So while I'm working in Singapore, I actually try a lot of things, and one of it is social media apps, and I get dates almost every week. Now, the first thing you gotta do is you just gotta download the dating apps. So, my favorite dating apps actually is Tinder because Tinder widely used across in the Southeast Asia and also some of the countries. And you can actually try other dating apps that are actually using a lot in your places or countries. But Tinder works very well for me. So the first thing you gotta do is just download these apps into your mobile phone. And subsequently, the next thing you gotta do is of course profiling. So nobody actually want to date people who have no picture on their own face, or they have no detail about these guys, how old this guy, what this guy are doing, I mean what kind of jobs that he's doing, and what his hobby and the interest. So the very first thing you gotta do is profiling. You gotta make sure that you have a proper photo, a photo that you are doing something that you're enjoying and yet it looks good. So that's the most important things. Okay, so you gotta make sure that your photo and your profile photo looks good and interesting. So you can actually doing what you like for example, you're driving a good car, or you're actually hanging out at the beach with your friends, or you're having parties, and all these things looks good and very interesting, which will gain attraction from the girls when they actually go through your profile photo. And the next thing you gotta do is actually you get to fill up all the informations. Like for example, what's your names, where you're from, and how old are you, what is your interest, your hobby, what you do during your free times, and what jobs that you're doing. So this gives them actually at least a basic background, what the type of the guy that you are. So that from there they at least feel more interested and feel secure to actually to connect with you. Now, some people might tell me, Kelvin, I don't have a good profile photo. I don't have a really good photo. I'm actually introvert. I don't really hang a lot with my friends. So what can I do to solve this problem? Okay, so if you don't have a good photo, then you probably get to start taking photo now. Now, it's alright that you don't really have a good photo with a group of friends, but at least the one thing you can control is selfie. So nowadays selfie is very popular and is a very good selfie cameras, and all you gotta do is just do a selfie of what you're doing. So let's say you're very good in gaming, I mean it doesn't matter, you can just selfie while you're gaming, right? It sounds really interesting and fun. So do it, make sure that it looks good on the photo. Or you're actually fishing, you like fishing, or you like hanging at the beach alone, then you can probably just grab your camera phone and take a selfie, a good photo of yourself doing something that you like. So most important is the photo looks good, and you can just craft up any kind of photo that you want with your selfie. That will be depend on creative. So you see, and what I'm talking to you now is actually I'm video shooting by myself as well. So you don't really need a photo or photographers or videographer to help you to shoot all these things. You can do it by yourself. So This can be easily resolve your problem and upload your photo of yourself into these social media apps and start getting some attractions over there. So guys, if you want to learn how to actually take a good selfie or video shoots, I can actually have other course that doing this as well. You can scroll through my other course, it's free as anyhow, you can check it out. Okay, now you already have a very good photo, interesting photo on your Tinder. And the next thing you gotta do is actually to create a very good or interesting storyline about yourself or at your interest sectors. So in Tinder, other than profile photo, your name, your age, your hobby, your careers, your jobs, you have about us or your interests. So from there, you're gonna create a very interesting interest that actually going to catch the attention of this girl, so that they actually wanted to hang out with you. Okay, let's be honest. You and me actually love to sleep during the weekend. That is facts, including the girl as well. But you're not gonna put this on your Tinder profile, because if you do this, I mean, when the girls see your Tinder profiles, are they going to actually interested to you? Because you love sleeping. I mean, your life literally is nothing other than just sleeping. And yep, so that's the thing. So that's why you shouldn't put this. You gotta do something that interesting. You gotta trigger the emotion that they wanted to hang out with you, because you are interesting. You have a lot of activity that is fun. You have dancing, you have salsa, you attend bachatas, and you actually social a lot, or you probably do some very niche sports like volleyball, swimming, running, hiking. It can be anything, just not sleeping. So you just gotta create very good storylines about yourself, that write it in a very interesting way, that you love to go hiking in the new places, or you get to run to explore different cities during the weekends, and you might actually trigger the interest that the girls, when they look at these profiles, they say, this guy is something that fun. He actually doing something, not just sleeping, and I want to do together with him. And this will actually create an interest of the girl toward to you, and subsequently it will lead you to a date. Now the next question you're probably gonna ask me, Kevin, I'm an introvert. I don't really have an interesting storyline to tell about yourself sections. I don't really have an interesting hobby to share with the girls. What am I supposed to do? Okay, dudes. So in a courtship or in relationships, it's always about connecting the two people, with the guys and with the girls. And you must figure out the way to connect these things. And usually, if you really don't have any interesting hobbies, what I can say is you can actually write about that you love to visit some cafes, or nice cafes. So this actually allow the girls to actually to connect with you. So because cafe is a good place to try new coffees or new menus and some very good ambient to talk about. Or if not, at least you can write about, and then I love to watch movies, so you can probably hang out with the movies. So this is one of the safest play that you can do about yourself when you're with a girl as well. So watching movies is probably the easiest thing to do, because you don't really involve you to do anything interesting other than just sit in the cinema and watch the movie, right? And the other thing that I can propose to you is probably you can try that just normal leisure walks around the parks or the cities or some other interesting places. So this is probably just you can write it on, so that the girls will probably just, when you see this profile, this kind of, oh, this guy actually love to explore around, so I can just tag with him and explore some new places that she never know about it. And yep, so that is my tips.